FOREX final hour session. It is just after 3 p.m. May 30th, wrapping up the month. This morning we had U.S. core PCE, PCE. Interesting little mix. Core PCE was slightly higher. Revision was higher. And the headline PCE was a little bit lower. Markets were down today. Now they're back up. They're essentially flat for the entire day based on where we opened. We had a slight gap lower. We are sitting slightly red. Let's review that. I've been looking at the candles, the S&P, the Nasdaq, the Dow, the Russell the last couple of weeks. After the U.S.-China trade pause, essentially, like the tariff pause, once they de-escalated, walk things back from like 125%, 145% back down to like 35%, 25%, whatever the real numbers are right now. We had 1 week of gap and follow through, and then another week sideways last week. This week still sideways. We'll have a look at that here on the charts. So let me take a look at the SPX on the weekly time frame. And these are the candles that I'm talking about. So we are still in this little melt up. I think things are still pretty well supported, unless the bears really take an aggressive claw back down below these moving averages, which I'd go to the daily time frame for that. But I want to pull up the weekly time frame first, because this weekly resistance, this weekly support around 59.60 on the upside. So 59.60 resistance and around 57.70 support. Right now, this is the SPX just kind of stuck between these levels. We're wrapping up the month today. Nothing really got the market moving and shaking this week. It was pretty quiet outside of a Tuesday pop. It's been interesting. Like Tuesday was up all week, and then it faded right back down. This is what intraday price action looked like all week long. So this was, I'll leave that back up here for that chart. Okay. So Tuesday was the only directional day. Tuesday opened with a gap higher and melted up all day. Wednesday faded and faded. Thursday gapped up and faded. Friday gap down, up, down again, up again. Like kind of a messy day. But where do we start the week? Right here. Where do we bounce today? Right at the same spot. Where do we finish the week? Kind of right in the middle. So here's your high for the week. Here's your low for the week, sitting right in the middle. I've got a couple of profit traps that I'm taking into the close today. If price is closing inside this yellow box or this yellow box, there's some bonus traps there. Right in the middle is about $500. $500. I'm still sitting on a trade with these blue lines worth $115. So I do have a take profit in at 10 cents, I believe. Let me double check that here. So I'm looking for, so I put a 10-cent debit in from a 115 fill. It's still trading around 50 cents, which is interesting, the final 53 minutes. That is the trade, right? Yes, that is the trade. I'm surprised it's actually trading that high. But we'll see are we going to be able to crack highs for the week? I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it's just noisy. But a couple of bonus traps here. So bonus trap, top of my iron condor for the day. If we were to blow through these levels, I still have a butterfly spread here. If we were to take out this low and head to 58, I've got a trap down there. So these are all like really small risks, high reward. And then the one I'm trying to watch here is I'd like to see prices stay inside the blue lines. So we'll see how the final 52 minutes close and what's cash settled by Friday. Maybe I get lucky on a little bonus trap. That'd be nice, considering the market hasn't done much this week. So back to the weekly candles. Inside trading here for the last 3 weeks after that U.S.-China de-escalation gap. And then just note your resistance and support. Go to the NDX. You can see the same thing. Candles haven't broken highs, haven't broken lows. It's a little bit different since the market's tried slightly higher high, slightly higher high, slightly higher high, but has been fading off those levels. If we go to a daily time frame, I wonder if this is actually a tiny little wedge. Anything can happen here, but if this was a potential, rising wedge where we don't quite get to the highs, I wouldn't necessarily call that unless this thing is breaking lower. It makes sense. Like if we don't break lower, I'm not going to sit here and call this thing a rising wedge when it's just, maybe able to squeeze up to these tops again. So there you go, Dean. Good work, man. 205 down to 105. Good stuff. Cool. $100. Absolutely. Absolutely. Good. Okay, so that's NASDAQ. Let's go Qs, same type of look. Are we going to squeeze up here, just kind of make slightly higher highs, higher lows, something like that, where it's just chopping around, chopping around. Does this find a way to actually squeeze to the tops? I would be on the lookout for a potential reversal pattern, though, in case this is a fake out or a bull trap. I don't think that we want to get too excited or too greedy in case this market is going to go, sideways. We have some lows over here that I think the market would respect. And we obviously have some highs. Like, is it justified to see a broader market, bull market, getting back to all-time highs with some momentum? I guess that's going to depend on U.S. government spending, right? Do we pass this big beautiful tax bill? Do we raise the deficit? Do we raise the debt ceiling? I don't know if that's necessarily good for the bigger picture as far as the dollar, as far as the world reserve status. I think we're just kind of deficiting our way to artificial gains. But if we keep pushing these price to earnings valuations on the S&P, or these forward guided S&P earnings, I mean, I just don't know how much sustained strength and growth there is. But can't get super bearish without having some price action roll over, and so far it hasn't happened yet. Okay, Dow looks a little bit better. Actually, let's go real quick back to the SPX. So even if we have a pullback, I mean, there's still a decent amount of support right in these moving average clusters. So 5,700. I mean, realistically, for me, even a 5,700 pullback to a 5,300 pullback, it obviously gets a little nastier at 5,300, but I'd still be interested in positioning for income trades at these lows. I mean, if the market flinched and pivoted so hard at that 5,000 handle, 4,900 handle, I think it would do the same thing. So, if we do end up finding highs, do we, flinch and reject off these highs because we're just too valued, too overvalued? Maybe. Is it too little participants up here? Is it just Mag 7 all over again with high concentration? We have a rotation all over again for 2025? Maybe. But if we don't get to the highs and we roll over here, there's still plenty of room to fall, but also make a higher low. So I've drawn all sorts of scenarios, but I think if we have a lower high, higher low, this market's going to have to go somewhere, right? And eventually it becomes a blow off move, or maybe worse. But I would think we'll have to trade it. I mean, there's no way around it. We're gonna have to trade it, right? All right. So let's go. EMA clusters is what I'm talking about. So daily time frame EMA clusters on the S&P, EMA clusters on the Nasdaq. These have been stretched up a little bit further because we did have a pretty big outperformance. So once the Nasdaq found its lows, this thing's been up quite aggressively. I don't think it was quite 30%, but pretty darn close. Oh yeah, 30.5% based on yesterday's high. So Nasdaq has really screamed up there. Still not at all-time highs yet, but it also was down 27+% from peak to trough. So coming back 30, is it pretty well supported in here? I would think so. Somewhere around like 20,400, maybe 20,000 even, maybe 19 and change, or down here it would still be able to find some hopefully higher lows. Lower highs, higher lows. I'd be taking some option trades in here, probably putting a lot of those option trades with the strike levels outside of the lows from April. Deal with a little bit of volatility, but have some profit traps along the way, and see how that looks. So, in fact, I don't know if the volatility is good enough to do this, but I'm going to find out. Let's find out. So if I go to, let me see how far I can go on NDX. This is not a super liquid move, but 56 days out, July 25th. If I did a profit trap here, that can't be right. Oh, that's what sells, duh. So I got to buy and sell. There we go. So if I put in a profit trap here, potentially a little $1,500 profit trap. Now let me see if I went down to the lows, should be around 18, nope, 16.5. So if I went down to the lows, let's go 16.5, see if I can find those strikes. Are you kidding me? I can only go down to 17.9? Yuck. And how wide do I have to go to get a credit? Pretty wide. All right, that's not going to work. Let's go to the monthly. Maybe there's better liquidity here. How low can I go? Yes, I can go way down there. Good. All right, so if I did a at the money or close to it, let's say I do the 21,200. It's 25 wide. Go down for a little bull put spread around 16.5. I think I'm going to go, let's go 17. Oh my gosh, this is a terrible trade. All right, well, that's not going to work. If I wanted just to set something up like a 17.5, let's go here. So that's a lot of credit. Still a terrible trade, my gosh. I mean, probability profit is extremely high within 49 days, but I'd have to tie up $20,000 to make $270. It's not a great return, if you ask me. That's a lot of potential risk, and no thanks. So I can't believe the Ivy rank is still 45 in the NDX, but those strikes are just so far apart. I just don't get the levels that I want. Maybe the August. Are they any tighter here? Probably not. Can't go down low enough. Bogus. End of the year? Still 100 wide. Crikey. Yeah, they just don't. The option chain just isn't filled in that well. I guess I'm better off sticking to the Qs then. Yeah, these are all 100 wide, so never mind. This is just way too much. So probably the Qs. I'll stick to the Qs if I like NASDAQ exposure, and probably put the sell options below the 400 handle. So if we get any pullbacks here, probably selling some ratio spreads, try to get some bear traps in, which would be a bit of a bear trap in here, and try to sell some puts down below the April lows. This whole area can act as a profit trap, and try to go out maybe 40 to 60 days for a trade like that. So that's what I'm wanting to do, and we'll see if we get it. All right, 45 minutes left. Profit trap in yellow, and my iron condor level is up here in blue. So if we're less than this 59.45 and we're greater than this 58.35, that's a $1.15. Profit trap in yellow. If we cash settle there, potentially making another $500 in one of these spots, risking about 30. So that's what I'm watching. I'll come back to that and spot check it. I've got a masterclass at the top of the hour for my pinch point scanner. Today, I'll just give you a little sneak peek. We do have some actionable trades I want to talk about. NWSA was one of my top picks, down from 10,000 stocks to 6. Decent volume here. NWSA, let's have a look at it. So it's been coiled pretty well since early May. It might take a little bit longer, but I'll have a look. How does this one behave with some consolidation? Usually pretty well. Let me find a timeline here. So September, yeah, about 30 to 60 days, it's ready to move. I think this one looks pretty good. So I'm going to price this one out for pinch point. See if I can pop in this trade. This will go into my pinch point scanner alerts, but I'm going to price this one out. So this is NWSA. Okay, and I'm looking at July. I don't really have a choice in this one. July's my expiration. I would choose. It's 49 days out. Fudge, man. 5 freaking wide. Plus or minus $3. I mean, I'm not going to go 5 wide. I don't have the precision. That's unfortunate. So if I bought the 30, bought the 25, I mean, if we go $3, I get maybe $1 on the upside. If we go $3, I get maybe a break even on the downside. Yuck. I mean, that's the most I can lose for a long strangle. That's not that bad. So if this thing is going to move, it's pretty darn cheap. I mean, if we get to, it's only 70 cents. I mean, I'm going to take this trade and see if we can get $1 out of it. So I'll take this trade here. 50. I mean, see, hopefully I get filled at like 50 cents. Let's see if we can get filled at 50. 50 cents is the most I can lose. 50 not taking. Let's go 51. I don't want to get filled for more than 55 cents. 52 not taking. 53. Nope. 54. 55 is my final offer. Interesting. I'll try 56. I did 66 yesterday for a strangle. 56 naturally takes. Okay, so 56 got taken. I'm going to post this real quick. This is going in for pinch point scanner. The ticker is doing a strangle. Ticker is NWSA. And it's a 30 by 25. So pretty cheap. IV's 34. Okay, 34.6. Yeah, we just need a mover. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can get this thing closed out for about $1. So NWSA here, keeping all these organized under pinch, and then put in a closing order at $1, $1 credit. So we'll see if we get a mover. Okay, let's have a look fundamentally for a second. I mean, I don't care. I'm able to trade it either way, whether it goes up or down. I just want to see some movement. So here's NWSA. I mean, shows like it has some promise. Okay. I mean, discounted cash flow shows some move potential, about 50% undervalued. Versus peers, New York Times. Okay. So let's see if we get a move. I'll set the take profit at $1. All right, I'm going to put this in my scan for pinch point. So new trade, NWSA, 7/18 expiration. So expected move is around $3.22. And although these strikes aren't perfectly precise, if the expected move is reached, it's enough to turn 56 cents credit or debit into $1 or more credit. I'm setting a take profit at $1 credit. All right, take a screenshot of this, post it. So masterclass at 4 p.m. We'll talk about this more. If you're in my lifetime upgrade with pinch point scanner, getting the alerts to go with it, then you got the trade. All right, so that trade is in. Okay, see what happens. All right, how much time do we have left? About 35 minutes. All right, stay in my profit trap zone, please. That would be nice for a nice little weekly bonus. If we maybe poke up and fade a little bit, see if this can cash settle in about a 10-point area. Did I? I thought I did pinch point. I did not. I posted it right here in my pinch point live trade room. That's where it should go. So this is only for everyone that's in my pinch point scanner with the lifetime scanner plus my 12 months of trade alerts. That's where I posted it. So it is there. Larry, by the way, I did send an email out today. Are you good? I know I tried to get you, your crash insurance masterclass. Also try to get your Project Options Edge access. So I think you should be all set. I do have a. Here, I'm gonna email you a link. Actually, give me a second. I've got your email here, so I will send you an email right now, sir. You're right. Sorry. I meant to do this. Bye. Thank you, Larry. I gotcha. I thought you might have posted in the wrong channel. There it is. So buy the 30 call, buy the 25 put for 56 cents. Thank you. There we go. The picture that I have is correct. Buy the 25 put, buy the 30 call. That's correct. There's my little, tiny little risk. It's 56 cents. But, if we go, $3, $4, it's enough to cover hopefully close to 100% gain on that trade. Yep. Thanks, Kevin. I got that. Maggie, yes. We spent some time in the office 10:30 to about 11:30, so we have officially closed on the new home, and we'll spend the next couple days moving there. So all the fun stuff, like moving. Said no one ever. No, it'd be nice. All right. In fact, we are kind of spot checking movers. Brooke, 2:50 to 3:20 p.m. now. Yeah, 3 stops away. So anyway, we had some logistical challenges today with the movers. Originally, it was like an 11 to 1 window. Now it's being pushed back to about 3 o'clock. We technically don't have keys yet, even though we have closed, signed the docs, and we're just waiting for like the funding and record. So, I mean, I did all the wire. We signed everything today, but we should be able to get our keys hopefully in the next couple of hours. So my work hours, like movers come in. We have washer, dryer, refrigerators come in today. So otherwise, we'd have to reschedule it to next week. So I was like kind of annoyed that it's like if we can't make this delivery today, yeah, if we can't make this delivery today, that'd be very frustrating. All right, good, Larry. So you got it for Project Options Edge, is that correct? Yeah. All right, cool. All righty. What else? So I'll keep spot checking these over the next 33 minutes, watching some of these levels. Put the trade in for NWSA. Let's go back to the pinch point. Again, I'm doing a masterclass here at the top of the hour talking neutral strategies today. IONS. What do we have here? Pharmaceuticals. Interesting, this one's come off the lows and somehow performing well compared to other healthcare sector related instruments. Don't love this one, but you never know. Got some movement with a lot of potential. Let me check on something here. IONS. This one can probably stay. This is in the go? Interesting. Let me see this guy. Look at IONS. So we've got a go filter, huh? Okay. Question is it cheap enough? I mean, going out about 50 days or so, that should be enough time to get us a move, whether we're going up or down. So let's see if this one's cheap enough. IONS. Again, don't love the option chain. 250 spreads, supposed to move $2 or $3.50. We're trading at 33.74. So if I did a long strangle here, pay $2.30 for it, potential move is about 3 and change. So if we go 33.73 plus 350, 33.73 plus 3.50, that put me up to 37. That'd give me 223 potentially on that call side, unless it happens fast. If it exceeds it, I make more money. Maybe I'm not getting anything on the put side, unfortunately. So I don't think I like this trade. I'm gonna have to pay for like most of the expected move. On the downside, 32.50. So 33.73 minus 350. So that gives me 250, but again, barely enough to cover it if I'm going both directions. So if I had a little bit more premium on the sell side, then I would possibly take like a 5 wide, but I don't like it. So I'm not going to take that trade. So ions, I don't like it. GL, a little bit low on the volume side. We got some new ones today. FYBR. Have a look at this one. Nope, that stock is garbage. That price is ridiculous. Like, I'm just looking at the chart. I mean, that's something I don't really trust unless this is going to fade hard. I mean, what the heck is this? Is it a merger? Like, there's no news attached to this one. I mean, does this thing actually fade down $6? I don't know. Let me have a look at it. So FYBR, IV rank of 8, 250 wide. Yeah, it's a $2 expected move. No thanks. Okay, no big deal. I already took a trade on this one. Walmart, I didn't like the prices on it. Comcast is a new one. This one's not bad. So not crazy volatile, but nice and liquid. Pretty good mover. Let's see how this one's going to do. Yep, I'm taking a look at Comcast right now. We got a pretty good looking move here. So Comcast has potentially enough. I mean, the problem is it's not going to be like a masterful mover. I mean, we're talking maybe $4 to $5, I think would be like a pretty big move. So if I can price it out accordingly with like dollar spreads or dollar strikes, then maybe that works. We've got lows back around 32, which is $2.30 lower. We got highs around 37-ish, so about $2.40 higher. Let's see what it says. Okay, we got a dividend announcement. We've got earnings. I probably want to go past earnings, but I don't know if I'm going to have to pay for all of that. If I did a 35, I mean, for $1.44 expected move $1.70, that's okay. But I think through earnings would be probably a little bit better. I just think now I'm going to have to pay for it. If I want to go through earnings at 35 and 35, I mean, I'm paying $350 for a $2.73 expected move, even through earnings. Yuck. Earnings does have potential. I mean, we've seen earnings push this thing up about $3 to $4. We had an earnings print sort of been around January of this year from 38 down to 33. That was, I mean, for this stock, a pretty big move. But I think I'd have to almost sell this, meaning like I buy the 35 and potentially sell 5 wide, give myself a little bit of a discount. And now I'm not getting the bid that I want. So sell, that's 750. That is 750. The strikes are just making it challenging, right? 250 strikes and it's only moving a couple of dollars. I'm just probably not going to get the move that I want. So I'll pass on Comcast. That's okay. I mean, I'd rather spend the time, finding trades, and then if they don't price out the way I want, then I don't take the trades. Verizon, I'm in. FCX, that's a slow mover. I could take a look. Costco had a big move today, so unfortunately, it was ripe. But Costco had earnings today, and it's already starting to make a move. So this one was ready for a catalyst, and we had earnings today, so that started to drive it up. Costco would have been pretty pricey, by the way. $1,000 is up $49, but I mean, it's already too late. Like that would have been a nice little coil here for the last month or so. But now that it's already moved, I mean, about $50 in one day, I'm probably gonna have to pass on that one since that's not what I want to see. Had it been, just a little bit, like a little bit before earnings, then sure, like that's just looking nice and coiled, nice and pinched, and maybe a trade that we get with that explosive move. But until now that I see this, I'm gonna pass. PepsiCo, Macy's, Target, Affirm, Palo Alto. I think we did some of these yesterday. BSX we did yesterday. Okay. I wanted to look at Target, make sure Target's still a viable option today. Target trading at 94. I was looking at this one yesterday. If this one prices out to be, it was an interesting price yesterday. I don't think I'm going to get the same fill. I didn't take the trade yesterday. I was looking at did we go longer or shorter? So July, I can go out to the 11th or the 18th. So this one I could do like a 95 by 97. And I could do the 95 by 93. Yeah, that's a big price difference. So this is a 1-to-1. Now the good thing is price is expected to move about $8, and I can make about a 1-to-1 if price gets above 97 or below 93. I truly don't care. I mean, we've got lows around $88. We've got recent highs at 103. So this actually does stack up to be a pretty good trade. If I want to get a little bit more bang for my buck, I mean, now I can get, that can't be right. 271 debit. This should be a profit target of $300. I don't know why that's not pricing out the right way. That's weird. Nope. Oh, son of a biscuit. I didn't mean to take that trade. I'm going to close this one down. Sorry, that was a fat finger trade. I'm going to close that down real quick. Target, 1, 2, 3, 4. Close, 270. Of course, I'd have to eat a couple of cents on that one piece of crap. I mean, don't make me take a big loss here. Come on. All right, can I lose 5 cents? Cost of making a mistake, I guess. Come on, Tasty, get me out of this trade. 5 cents. Dadgummit. Or I suppose I stick with it. Son of a biscuit. That's annoying, dude. 7 cents, no. 8 cents, no. Anyway, I just wanted to spend a little bit more. All right, I just got to fill it. Took a $9 loss. I'm out. Kevin's asking, would you agree most stocks retrace a few percent after positive earnings? If so, why would you make a play for small downside after pop? On what trade? I mean, if you're trying to tell me you've got a good theory on earnings, then you're basically telling me you can predict coin flips. Earnings could be good news, bad news. The stock can go up or down. Coin, it's a total toss up. I price out earnings based on numbers and probabilities and what the stock has done in the past. I never look at an earnings report and say I'll fade that. I mean, I know this is strategy, but look, Costco's not that far from all-time highs. It shows that the consumer is still strong. I mean, people are still going out to eat. People are still spending money. Retail was this week, and for the most part, they did okay. So I don't think Costco's stock necessarily want to fade. But yeah, I mean, if I was going to look at a big move in reaction, it's like look at Netflix. Netflix is a good example. You want to fade a move like Netflix? Okay, this was after earnings. It went up. Okay, this was after earnings. It went up. It's like they're not all the same. This was after earnings. It went sideways, but it's like you're not really fading that to make money. So I don't know. It's just a slippery slope. I would just say be careful. That's all. All right, so I got out for that one for $9. I'm gonna price this one out again. I don't know why it was giving me like a weird fill. So let's go this account. All right, so July 11th, I get better strikes in this one. I mean, I do think that an $8 move is expected. We are relatively pinched in Target, which I like. Lows around 88, highs around 100 plus, I mean, that's a $5 or $6 move. I need this thing to maybe go. So if I buy the 95, buy the 94, and then I were to sell, I mean, this is pretty cheap if I did it this way. For $1.77, I can make, I don't know why that's giving me such a crappy, oh, I know why. Never mind. Hang on. So if I buy the 95, sell the 100, sell the 90. All right, now it's pricing out. It's backwards. So I don't think this is going to work. Let me try one other trade here. So let's go to the 18th. 95 by 100, 95 by 90, 411 to make up. Yeah, it's just not good. Not going to work. More precision on the July 11th. But I guess a better way to play this would be if I just go up a couple of bucks. If I, buy the 96, I'm going up about $1.80. Buy the 92, so they're kind of I start this out as like a long strangle. And if we get a $7 to $8 move, that put us up towards, $82. So if I go up to, I'm sorry, 94 be up to about 102. Well, if I sell the 100 and the 92, I go equidistant, so like $4 wide to $4 wide, I'm still getting a backwards reward to risk. Even going out of the money here, that's kind of wild. So if I went 6 and 6, it's still not even a 1-to-1. So yeah, it just doesn't price out. Target, no go. No go. WMB, we looked at this one yesterday during the masterclass. WMB, looking at this one through July. This one, we're looking at the bear call spread. We talked about this one in class. So we're trading at 60-40. Bear call spread. So sell the 60, buy the 65, get it. It was $1.95 to $1.98 yesterday. Now it's $1.83. It's okay. So if I go just slightly out of the money, no premium. If I go at the money, our break even is about 61.83. 61.83 is technically above the highs. This stock would have to actually get to highs, like to all-time highs, which I don't know if it's going to do that. So I'm going to take this trade here. I'm going to see if I can get like $1.85. Okay, let's try this one. $1.85 not filling. Come on. $1.84. I don't want to go lower than $1.80. $1.82. Okay, final offer is $1.80. If it doesn't fill, I'm not taking the trade. Didn't take it. Son of a biscuit. All right, so WMB didn't get filled. That's a no-go. Other one was VKTX. We talked about that one yesterday as well. VKTX. And looking at the July, this was right before earnings. Expect to move about $5. The debit yesterday when we talked about it was showing $2.25, now showing $3. So now my reward to risk is backwards. Probably not going to take the trade. I don't know if that's going to move enough. Now it's about a 1-to-1. If we move about $5, that puts me down to 22. That about covers the cost of my trade. If we go up $5, that puts me at 32. That covers the cost of my trade. It's too efficiently priced. We'd have to have like a big outlier move, and I'm just not getting a good price for it. So, okay. I mean, we talked about them yesterday. I looked at Target, looked at WMB, looked at VKTX. Sorry. So anyway, we'll talk about some more in class in the next 15 minutes. Okay. All right, what else? Let's go. I didn't really take a look at currencies today. Curious what's going on there. I'm still watching my levels on the day. So profit trap, stay in between my blue lines for a full profit. I still haven't had that trade close up yet. My DPP play today, it is still trading for $1.15. It's still somehow like trading at 40 to 45 cents, which is crazy for the last 15 minutes of the day. So unless this market has something wild up its sleeve for the last 15 minutes to close out the month, which maybe it does, but we have the expected move is right here. So this is my put side, which is right now trading around a 2 delta. And my call side is up here, trading for about a 13 delta. So I still have a pretty high probability of profit on both, unless this thing was going to scream to the upside. That'd be the only way this trade is risking anything. But then I'm looking to see if I can settle in, at these pin prices, stay between these yellow box levels. That would be a potential profit trap today. If it finishes right in the middle around 590, I'm going to be kind of annoyed because I did that trade yesterday. So hopefully we're not finishing right around a round number here the next 15 minutes. It'd be nice to see it just kind of oscillate, here. Give me a little bonus trap for the day. Let me walk away with a little something. So we'll see. But if it settles around 5,900, I think we could see it make some sense, right? Lots of chop here between like 5,890 and 5,900. That would have been a nice little butterfly window for me to have, like right in here. But I did 15 and 80 instead. So we'll see what happens. Good. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. All right, well, we're officially homeowners. Going to get the keys. All right, currency strength. The old Canadian dollar. Getting to the top of the food chain today. Japanese yen back to baseline. Everything else pretty choppy. Not much going on there. Aussie CAD. My pullback is coming. Nice. I want to see if I can get like a 50618 pullback on the Aussie CAD. Let me put in a box here. I'm going to buy that swing and look for a entry and then move up to symmetry. Stop loss below. I like that trade. Aussie Swiss. I'll see how this one plays out. If it starts to pull back a little bit more, I'll just wait for a trend line break, stack up some more orders. This is my profit target right now. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm showing some profit on New Zealand Swiss, Aussie Swiss, Euro Swiss. CAD Swiss is still down, Euro Swiss still down, Aussie New Zealand is down a smidge, Aussie CAD down a smidge. All right, still watching those. Okay, so I'll keep an eye on that one. Aussie Yen, jumping around between this trend line, Aussie New Zealand. It was interesting that the RBNZ cut rates, let's go to cbrates.com, RBNZ cut rates. So Australia is sitting at 3.85 after a cut in May. So they cut by 25 basis points in May. So did RBNZ. So they're at 3.85. New Zealand is at 3.25. And yet Aussie New Zealand is actually going lower, which I thought was kind of interesting. So I'm going to hold my long position and look to see if Aussie New Zealand gets back to these highs. I'm pretty much sitting in position 1 right now. I'm going to put in a position 2 at 106, position 3 at 103, and position 4 at parity, like 101. It's actually 1.0050. And I'll just kind of build and hold and then wait for a pattern if it comes all the way down and then take a big range trade. So because I've got positive swap in this one, I'm willing to hang on to it and kind of dollar cost average my way through it. But I mean, you look at this one, it's just a big range. It's kind of one of my favorite pairs to kind of build. So resistance up here, resistance up here. If we bounce, okay, cool. I'll take some profit at the 110, 111 handle. If we fall lower, that's fine. I'll look for inefficiencies, level myself in, and just kind of take it easy. But, you know, looking for this trade, bigger picture. Aussie dollar, we're getting pullbacks a little bit. You know, this probably wouldn't be a bad trade to be in a swing if it doesn't take out that April low. CAD Swiss behaving a little bit better. I want to see if it comes back into this cluster. So if we do make a way into this cluster, I think this is a bit of a bottom, and we put in a swing, go to three-wave symmetry, try to target those highs around 64. Okay, my top trade should be 45. Yeah, so top is at 45. Okay. Well, it's CAD yen. I mean, if you're dancing off the lows, watch those lows, see if they give you another opportunity, and it's a good buy low opportunity for a tight stop. Swiss yen, probably my least favorite trade right now. Euro Aussie, I didn't get the pullback that I wanted, so I'm not chasing this one. Euro CAD, this sell trade is still working. So I mean, I was shorting this on a breakout around 5,700. It's up about 120 pips. I'm still looking for it to retest the 5,400 level, or what I'm hoping for is this. Like maybe this is a head and shoulders, and this is my inefficiency. So if we go high, low, lower high, lower low, anything at this 5,400 level, or this EMA cluster, I'm going to take some profit. Euro Swiss, still waiting to see if we get back to 95, 9,600. Euro pounds, nothing. I'm back to just watching robot trades on that one. Euro yen, no trade. Euro New Zealand. I mean, there's probably some strong support if we get a pullback into these moving averages. Maybe looking for a bounce there and then returning back up. But that's about it. Otherwise, it's just chop fest right now. Euro dollar. I'm still long on euro dollar. 111.80 is my entry. I'm going after 115.100 and 115.50. So if that level gets retested, then I'm taking profit. I don't really care if it goes higher. If it goes higher, I'm going to cancel my pullback orders. But I'm just trying to take profit from here up to the highs, get out of the trade. And the reason why I say that is because I think the dollar index will have a bottom. Dollar index has a bottom. And even if we poke those lows, if the dollar index pokes the lows, I think that's divergence and then possibly a pullback again. Okay, pound Aussie. Could be a swing trade here, but you got to be willing to take the stop loss really high, which I don't know if that's going to be fun or not. I mean, obviously trade size, you can do that, but you're looking at a daily profit play just closed out for 10 cents. I'm going to update that right here. Daily profit play update 3:53 p.m. Eastern Time. DPP entry $1.15, closed 10-cent debit. Nice win. So the day seemed pretty chill, and we wrote it out. So we'll take that winner. That's $1.05, so 210. Cool. All right. I haven't seen a comment in a few minutes. How are we doing? Just walking through some currencies. Pound CAD. It actually looked good for a sell opportunity. Anybody short pound CAD? Anybody taking some stabs at pound CAD? Did oil do something today? Like, what the heck? Oil didn't do squat today. What happened to the Canadian dollar? Do they have news? Like, Why is all the CAD crosses moving today? Any news out of Canada? No. Consumers, what's the inflation expectations? See this on Bloomberg versus Forex Factory. Bloomberg, refresh. So everything this morning was PCE. 10 o'clock we had our inflation. So 6.5 up to 6.6, which was forecasted 7.3, came in lower. Forecasted 4.6 came in lower. It's interesting. So the 5-year inflation expectations were down, revised from previous, or I should rather say printed lower than previous. So that's encouraging. Previous was 6.5, came in 6.6, but way below forecast for the 1-year expectations. All right. Anyway, I mean, market really didn't do much of that today. What currency platform do you trade? I just trade with my Oanda web platform. Oanda web is easy. I've got MT4 on my phone. Oanda web platform, I can trade units. MT4, I can just manage my trade and close things out with last in first out, first in first out. I mostly trade the web platform because I have a net position. I can close out the whole trade. The way I trade is I usually build positions up. So example is Aussie Swiss. So Aussie Swiss, I've been in this trade basically since these lows, and I'm looking to see if I can get back to it. So my break even is around this level here because I had it leveled in at like 54 and 53 and 52 and 51, and so my break even is around this cluster. I'm still up about $100 on the trade, but if I get up here, I'll be up about $1,000. So what I look to do is if I can watch it in my web platform, when price is here, I can just X out the entire position, and that closes out all of my orders in proper order. That's a lot easier than going in and sifting through and say, okay, I took this trade. What's the size? What's the date on this one? I got to go FIFO because I'm a U.S. trader. So yeah, it's pretty easy just to use the Oanda web platform. All right, where do we leave off? Pound CAD. Well, I mean, if the old pound CAD wants to come back here, I don't think this is a bad trade. If I looked at a pullback, area 1, still be willing to sell the high, area 2, and then maybe an ATR stop above that. But again, looking to see, does it come back down to moving averages? Maybe it does, right? Okay, pound Swiss. This one I was still long on. We came back close. I mean, I was looking at a 1250 to 1350 profit target. I still like this currency pair to try to get back to these highs. So there's a nice pocket level. We haven't quite gotten there, but it's obviously sitting at the 200 moving average. So if it offers up a pullback first, I think we could have a low, maybe a higher low, and then still get a swing trade that gets this thing up to 114 or 115. Come on. Give me a bonus profit, would you? 58.05. I'm looking at 59 and change. Where the heck did it go? There it is, this one. So this one's up about $75 right now. I think I'm just going to take the profit if I can. So 470. Close this thing down for, see if I can get out of here for like $4, maybe $3.90. It's a little slippery, as you can see. All right, I just took another $80 out of that trade. So I've got $80 out of this position, 105 out of this position. And, I'm sacrificing some here in the next 2 minutes, but if we don't close, so the 59.15 was my level, right? So if we were at, I watch this thing close it right at 15. This would be a $500 winner. If this closes at 59.15, that's a $470 winner. And I just took $80. But if it's below 05 or it's above 20, I guess above 20 or below 10, then I don't make anything on the trade. So it's pretty slippery. So I'll take it. That's not bad. Trade about 360, 370, 410 ish. You can see watch it right here. Like, it's slippery. right? If it comes right in this wheelhouse here, we got 1 minute left. See where this thing settles. I'll do the exact math on the cash close, but you know, I want to secure some extra bonus profits today, so I grabbed another $80 out of this one. But if we close, you know, 59.11, 59.12, that's $100 per point. If we're below 59.10, then I make nothing on it, and I was risking like $30. So let's see where it cash settles here in 1 minute at the close. We're at 9:09, 9:10. I've got a live feed at 10:17, 08:63, 07:06, 07:06. This says 09:96, 59.11.29. If that's where it actually settles, again, it'd be broker dependent here. But if this was the actual close at 59.11, then technically that would give me a 137 bonus trade. So I make $137. Now I closed it out for 80. I'm okay with that. That would have been a slightly bigger take profit had I let it go all the way to close. Oanda? Yeah, Oanda. That's the broker. So I'm showing 5911.44.62. It just depends on where this thing settles in the next minute. So this is showing, yeah, 5911.62. That'd be about a, let's see, 470 minus 1.62. So that should be, if it was down to 59.12, that'd be a $3 bonus trap. 1, 2, 3. No, I take that back. That's about a $1. Yeah, it's about $1.68. So if that's accurate, it should be about $168 bonus trap. I still closed it out for $80. I'm happy on the day. That's 200. What, 210, another 80. So 290 on the day. Not bad. Sold some calls today. So my whole watch list today was I got to roll some calls on SPY, get rid of call on IBIT, which I did, roll on IWM, which I did, roll on Tesla, which I did. I still need to do Intel and Pfizer. I added a lower leg on UNG. Actually, one trade I wanted to look at was uranium. I'm actually going to I'm going to take profit in this one on Monday. So my uranium position just started to scream out of nowhere. It's now up $3,500, and I've got about 10 grand open. So I have some shares of URA, and then I have a long call that's untapped. So I think I'm just going to close these out next week and grab some profit. Or I'm going to sell something like a $30 call and lower the cost basis, and also don't mind it getting called away and let the diagonal spread get called away. So we'll see. I'll do URA next week. That's an important one. Okay, I'll let you go for today's final hour. I'll jump into the masterclass here in just like 3 minutes. I'm just going to refill the beverage, and off we go. So, all right, I'll jump in class in about 2 minutes, and see you in the Pinch Point Masterclass. Everyone watching today on YouTube, thanks for tuning in. Have a great weekend. Kindly hit that thumbs up button for me. Support the algorithm and the channel. Let YouTube know that you like the content, and we'll see you next week.